The New York Rangers took on the scrappy Detroit Red Wings last night in game number 12 of the season. The Rangers entered the night with an 8-2-1 record and have recorded points in 7 straight games, losing only to the Minnesota Wild in a shootout during that span, and find themselves atop a very competitive Metro Division with 17 points. Detroit, meanwhile, has a 7-4-1 record, good enough for 15 points while currently sitting third in the Atlantic Division, and were coming off a 5-4 win against the Boston Bruins. With Adam Fox and Philip Hedl missing their second straight game, New York Rangers head coach Peter Laviolette decided to change the lines a bit, with Kaapo Kakko switching places with Blake Wheeler on the third line. Laviolette made it clear that the move was not a work ethic thing that led to Kakko being moved to the third line, stating,
"Through the course of 11 games, it just hasn't clicked the way that you would want from a production standpoint." And I'm not saying that that's Kaapo. I'm just saying that's just the reality of it.
The scoring would get started just a minute 40 into the game when Vincent Trocheck snuck the puck past Red Wings goalie Ville Husso off the rush for his second goal of the season. The first would end with the score still 1-0, but the period would be dominated by the Rangers, who would outshoot the Red Wings 13-5 while killing off 2 power play chances for Detroit, who entered the game with the 5th best power play unit in the NHL. Wheeler would take his second penalty of the game just 37 seconds into the middle frame, but the Rangers would again kill off the chance and would use the momentum to create a power play of their own. With Andrew Kopp in the sin bin for holding, Eric Gustafsson would unleash a wrister from just inside the red line that would be tipped by Chris Kreider past Husso for a 2-0 lead. Artemi Panarin would get a secondary assist on the goal, pushing his point streak to 12 straight games to start the year, just 2 games behind Rod Gilbert for the franchise record that was set during the 1972-73 season. Christian Fischer would be called for tripping just 16 seconds after Kreider's goal, giving the Rangers another chance on the power play, and they would take advantage of the man-up opportunity when Trocheck netted his second goal of the night off a feed from Mika Zibanejad, beating Husso with a snapshot from in between the faceoff dots, pushing the lead to 3. Just over 3 minutes later, Panarin would add his second point of the night by scoring his 7th goal of the year off a feed from Alexis Lafreniere, giving Panarin multiple points in 7 of the 12 games played so far this season. The score would stay 4-0 until Will Cooley beat Husso with a deflection off a shot pass from defenseman Zach Jones for goal number 3 of his rookie season. With the score 5-0 after 40, the Rangers looked to put it in cruise control for the final frame, but the Red Wings wouldn't make it so easy. Coming into the game, Detroit had 20 third-period goals this season, giving them the most in the NHL, and they would add to that total before the final buzzer. Just under 8 minutes in, Michael Rasmussen would finally get Detroit on the board, beating Jonathan Quick with a shot that would ricochet off the pipe and into the net. Detroit would make it 5-2 just 20 seconds later when Klim Kostin would slide a backhand shot past the sprawling Quick for his second of the season, giving the Red Wings a faint pulse. That pulse would become more rapid for Rangers fans just over 5.5 minutes later when former blue shirt Andrew Kopp beat Quick top shelf with a snapshot from the left faceoff dot after a Shesterkin-like pass from Husso. Detroit would pull their goalie with just over 3 minutes remaining, trailing by 2, but would not be able to beat Quick again, and the Rangers would go on to win the game 5-3. With a goal and an assist, his 9th and 3rd of the season respectfully, Chris Kreider earns the 3rd star of the game, while the 2nd star of the game goes to Vincent Trocheck, who scored twice on the night for his 2nd and 3rd of the season. Artemi Panarin will grab the 1st star with an assist in the eventual game-winning goal, giving him 7 goals and 13 assists so far this season. Despite giving up 3 goals, goalie Jonathan Quick deserves honorable mention as he made key saves throughout the game to keep the Rangers ahead. The Rangers are now 9-2-1 on the year with 19 points and are ahead of the Carolina Hurricanes by 3 points for the lead in the Metro. Their next game on the schedule is against the Minnesota Wild, who will travel to MSG just 5 days after beating the Rangers in Minnesota, with puck drop set for 7-ish on November 9th. This has been your New York Rangers game recap, brought to you by BroadwayBlueBleeder.